The people in the country woke up to some devastating news coming from western part of Nepal in the wee hours this morning as a powerful earthquake struck with Doti's Kantipur National Park as the epicenter. The tremor of the earthquake was felt all over Nepal and as far as India and China. Prior to this, another earthquake had hit Dipal last night. Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha and these are the headlines of the hour. 6 people killed and 5 others injured in a powerful 6.6 magnitude earthquake early this morning with Doti's Kantipur National Park region as its epicenter. Candidates luring landless squatters with the perennial agenda of distributing land to the landless. Landless squatters being used as vote banks once again this election. India to continue buying oil from Russia. The move seen as a tremendous boost to Russia amid Western strategy to cripple Russian economy. And it's the first semi-final at the T20 World Cup today. Surprise semi-finalists Pakistan take on New Zealand. Match scheduled at 1:45 p.m. Nepal time. 6 people have been killed and 5 others injured in a 6.6 magnitude earthquake early this morning with Doti's Kantipur National Park region its epicenter. The earthquake, which struck at 2:12 a.m., has damaged dozens of houses in rural areas. According to Information Officer and Deputy Superintendent of Police at the District Police Office, Bhola Bhatta, a few houses in Purbi Choki Rural Municipality Ward Number 3 were damaged and 6 people died as they were buried in the rubble. According to Doti Police, the deceased have been identified as 50-year-old Prem Bohra, 40-year-old Bhagwati Bohra, 14-year-old Dhan Sari Bohra, another 14-year-old Tulsi Bohra, 13-year-old Sita Bohra and 8-year-old Harka Bohra. DSP Bhatta informed that the injured have been taken to nearby hospitals for treatment. Police have informed that teams of Nepal Police and Nepal Army have reached the incident site for rescue efforts. According to a local teacher, Meenraj Ojha, majority of the houses of the locals have reported cracks. Local resident Dal Bahadur Deuba informed that landslides triggered by earthquake and aftershocks have occurred at many places in Sayal rural municipality. 3 people were killed on the spot in a jeep accident in Bhutan at around midnight yesterday. 46-year-old Kuman Thapa, 43-year-old Bachi Thapa and 52-year-old Mema Gharti died on the spot. Sushil Thapa Magar, information officer at the district police office, informed that the force jeep heading towards the village had plunged 200 meters downhill. The issue of land squatters has become a repetitive agenda of the election candidates. Political parties have been luring voters by providing assurances of addressing the land issue for the past 3 decades. The electoral candidates of the November 20 elections have included the agenda of solving the land squatter problem as well as providing the land ownership certificates. Their manifestos promise of resolving the issues of the landless people. The Nepali Congress manifesto has described the right to land ownership and land usage. CPN-UML's manifesto has written what it says safe roof for everyone, while CPN Maoist Center has highlighted on marginalized and special communities. For the past 33 years, all the major political parties have been promising to provide land and land ownership certificates to the land squatter communities using the squatter agenda as a vote bank. None of the governments has been able to actually determine the number of squatters in the country. The last government had segregated the squatters as landless, Dalits and unorganized, with only 800,000 on the record. There are approximately 1.5 million squatters in the country, with only 1.25 million applying for land ownership. The trend of encroaching riverbanks in urban areas is increasing as the issues of land squatters have remained unsolved. More than 8,000 hectares of forest in Rupandehi has been encroached. Political parties and candidates, especially during election campaigns, assure land ownership to the squatters who have encroached these lands. But the promises are forgotten soon after the elections. In Devdaha municipality, the human settlement has encroached the nearby forest. The area was home to barely 292 individuals nearly 50 years ago, but now has grown into a sprawling marketplace. Since the settlement started to grow, election candidates have been promising land ownership certificates to the settlers. In these 50 years, the squatters are yet to receive land certificates. People are now seeking alternative candidates to vote, saying that the previous candidates had given them only fake assurances. Apart from Devdaha, human settlement has encroached almost 8.5 hectares of forest land in Saina Maina municipality and Kanchan rural municipality. The government, however, has been investing in infrastructures including roads, drinking water, electricity, education and health in these encroached areas. In our public voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces why the issue of land squatters has been limited to election agenda. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
भोट बैंकको रूपमा तपाईको सुकुम्बासीलाई तपाईको सुकुम्बासी बस्तीलाई तपाईको प्रयोग गरिन्छ।
अब हामीले के हुनुपर्छ भने भोट होइन कि हामीलाई तिनलाई दिने चोट हो।
सुकुम्बासीको के उपलब्ध भए छैन।
हमरको जग्गाको लाल पूर्जा दिन्छम भन्छन्। भोट हाल्यो बलियो भयो।
मतको मात्रै मूल्याङ्कन गर्ने जनताको मूल्याङ्कन नगर्ने
भोट मात्रै हैन तिनको समस्या पनि समाधानको रूपमा हेर्दिनु
हामी अरु गरिबहरुलाई केही पनि गर्दैन तिनीहरु
आफू जित्नु छ र ठाउँमा पुग्नु छ भनेर उहाँहरु त्यसैगरी भोट माग्नु भए हुन्छ
दुख र पीडाहरुलाई बुझ्ने गरेर चाहिँ खासै मनैदेखि कोही आगो जस्तो देखिदैन
चुनावको बेला मात्रै उहाँले भोट माग्न आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ सुकुम्बासीका समस्याहरु चाहिँ हामी समाधान गर्छौं भन्नुहुन्छ
चाँडै गर्दिनु पर्यो अन्त जिल्लामा चितवनमा भइसक्यो लालपुर
विकास गर्नु पर्यो जनचेतना जगाउनु पर्यो
जग्गा जति भएको त्यही पनि लालपुर जाइलेसम्म पाएकै छैन
के भनौं के भन अब उनीहरु मिलेर हो उ भएको कि अब के भएको
सुकुम्बासी समस्या चाहिँ यो चाहिँ राष्ट्रको नै एउटा अहिलेको चाहिँ प्रमुख समस्या हो
जितेर गएपछि कार्यान्वयन नगर्ने
जब चुनाव सकिएर सरकारमा पुग्छन् तब यी मुद्दाहरू चाहिँ यथावत नै रहने गर्छन्
मुख्य गरेर यो सुकुम्बासी बस्तीहरूलाई हामी जहिले पनि हामी गर्छौं भनेर आश्वासन दिन्छौं
The mayoral wins of independent candidates Balendra Shah, Harka Sampang and Gopal Hamal in the local level elections held earlier this year went against public expectations. This general election candidates are uncertain of voter psychology. Experts are not convinced that independent candidates can mirror the success of local elections in the upcoming parliamentary and provincial elections. During the local level elections held in May earlier this year, political candidates were expected to emerge victorious. In contrast, Balendra Shah won the Kathmandu mayoral race against the political bigwigs like Sirzana Singh and Keshav Stapit, and so did Harka Sampang in Dharan and Gopal Hamal in Koilali. Voters' preference has now become a topic of interest as the parliamentary and provincial elections are drawing close. The success of independent candidates in the local level elections seems to have inspired many to file their candidacy for the November 20 elections. Analysts opine that federal election independent candidates are unlikely to mirror the success of the independent candidates during the local elections. The unexpected local election results from Kathmandu, Dharan and Koilali are evidences that popular votes can swing in any candidate's favor. Tough electoral contest between the candidates of the ruling alliance and CPN-UML has been projected for the upcoming 20th November elections. Meanwhile, candidates of small parties as well as independent candidates are vying against candidates of major parties in some election constituencies, including Kathmandu constituency number 8. 19 candidates are contesting for the House of Representatives for the upcoming polls in Kathmandu constituency 8. Likewise, for the provincial assembly elections, ruling alliance candidates Raju Raj Joshi and Amin Pandey are up against CPN-UML candidates Rajesh Shakya and Nima Gyamcho Tamang. 9 candidates are contesting from constituency 1 and 12 candidates from constituency 2 in the fray in the provincial category. The candidates are asking for votes by offering development and prosperity as their election agenda. Leftist alliance candidate Jeevan Ram Shrestha won in the 2017 election, while Shrestha now has been pitted by the ruling alliance. Meanwhile, CPN-UML candidate Shivasundar Raj Baidya is contesting for the first time. Suman Sami, a Hamro Nepali Party candidate, was an independent candidate in the local level election for the post of mayor. Sami has also intensified his election campaign. The voters of this constituency have begun watching the election closely with an eye of the candidate's election manifesto as the voting date is inching closer by the day. The Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority, CIAA, has expressed reservations over the verdicts given by the special court. The CIAA, at a press meet held yesterday, accused the special court of providing clean chits to perpetrators of corruption. The Commission has filed 124 appeals on corruption cases at the Supreme Court, requesting it to revise the special court verdicts. The Commission has alleged that the special court has remained indifferent towards cases where the perpetrators had accepted their faults. The corruption watchdog has claimed 421.6 million rupees from 251 defendants through the appeals filed at the Supreme Court. However, complaints were filed against the Commission for its indifference on high-profile cases. The Commission has ignored several infamous cases, including the Nepal Oil Corporation land scam. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. Why has the Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority questioned the working capacity of the special court? Your options are A, resentment amid failure, B, effort to hide incompetency, and C, lack of coordination. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.